And that is why it's not quote-unquote transphobic to refuse to use the wrong pronouns to describe a man who feels like he's a woman. Since when is acknowledging scientific fact a form of bigotry? Now, enough of that. Let's talk about how this government shutdown is not something we should be blaming President Trump for, but rather something we should be giving him credit for. Think about this. If we don't have borders, we don't have a country... What the... God damn it. The internet crapped out. What perfect timing.
You got that shit right, baby. My timing is always impeccable.
Explain it to me one more time.
All right, the Flash and Green Arrow switched places. So the Flash was the Green Arrow and the Green Arrow was the Flash. But nobody except them and us in the audience could tell the difference.
Because they switched bodies.
No, they switched identities. Same bodies, same personalities, but everyone saw Flash as Green Arrow and Green Arrow as Flash, except for Flash, Green Arrow, and the audience.
Ugh! I'll never understand how you non-Huskies can be so entertained by such convoluted nonsense.
I didn't think it was convoluted. It made perfect sense to me.
Of course it did. Because you were weaned on comic books and cartoons about muscle-bound brutes with magic swords fighting evil skeletons, while I studied Holy Scripture to better understand the will of Husko.
Are there no stories in the Husky religion which are intentionally confusing or mysterious?
None.
She's right. Some of my old Husky buddies were pretty religious, and it all seemed very straightforward to me. I mean, as that sort of thing goes.
What would be the point of a religion that was incomprehensible to those who practiced it?
I think the leaders of a few human religions would have something to say about that. Didn't the Catholic Church even fight translating the Bible into a language the common folk could read back in the day?
Yeah, there were energetic objections to the translation of the scriptures into the common vernacular, and such things still occur today. Think of Scientology, which conceals the strangest parts of its mythology from its followers until they have been conditioned to accept the church as an unquestionable authority.
It's totally illogical to want a religion that you can't understand. The Husky faith is simple. Husko is the all-powerful creator of everything. Son of Husko is his son. They're not the same person in different forms. They're not somehow fully mortal and fully God. Anyone can comprehend it.
So if Son of Husko isn't fully mortal and fully God, what is he? What's so special about him?
He was Husko's only direct offspring, and he was a super Husky.
That clears it right up, thank you.
I don't have much use for religion personally, but the thing is, sometimes I need some convoluted nonsense about superheroes or magic swords and evil skeletons to give myself a break from all the heavy, depressing awfulness that's going on in the world. I'm sure you can relate to that, Millicent.
No.
Really?
You never feel stressed and have to take a break?
Of course I feel stress. It is one of the trials Husko gives to all Huskies to remind us of our responsibilities and our potential for perseverance. But when I start to feel overwhelmed, I rely on the tried and true Husky method of stress management.
Which is?
I dig.
Explain, please.
I dig a hole. I put my troubles in the hole. I walk away.
Just step by step.
Dig a hole.
Right.
Put your troubles in the hole.
Metaphorically speaking.
Of course.
Got it.
Walk away.
You don't fill in the hole?
No. You walk away.
How can you not fill in the hole?
If you fill in a hole, it's not a hole anymore. What's the point of making a hole if you're just going to turn around and unmake it right away?
But you just put your troubles in that hole. Won't your troubles escape unless you bury them in the hole?
No. The troubles stay in the hole. They can't move. Why do you insist on personifying inanimate things?
Old habit.
Do you practice this technique here, Millicent? Because I've never really noticed holes in the backyard.
Of course you haven't. Leaving the holes there indefinitely would be rude and uncivilized. When I'm through digging, I engage the services of a hole filler to, well, you know.
You learn something new every day. I had no idea hole filler was a job that existed.
Oh yes, hole filling is a very important part of the Husky-adjacent economy. Many members of non-Husky breeds who also have a knack for digging choose hole filling as a career if they live near a large enough Husky population to make it viable.
That's the truth. When I was younger, I did more than my share of hole filling. Helped me to make ends meet when things were lean, especially when we were on strike at the mine, which was more often than not there for a stretch.
How about that? So you're not just selfish hole diggers.
We're job creators.
So who was Son of Husko's mother?
Son of Husko didn't have a mother. That's why his name is Son of Husko, not Son of Husko and someone else.
Then where did he come from?
Husko created him, just like Husko created everything.
Well, then he's not really Husko's offspring, is he? He's just someone else Husko made.
He wasn't like other Huskies. Husko created him as his son.
That only makes him a special kind of Husky, not Husko's son. Son implies a very particular relationship. Oh, wait, did Husko adopt him after he made him?
Adopt him? No.
So he wasn't actually Husko's son in a biological sense or a legal sense.
Ugh!
What? I'm just asking, in what sense was Son of Husko Husko's son?
Blasphemous fool! There'll be some work for you in the backyard in about 20 minutes if you want it.
10-4. Bye, Millicent. Auf Wiedersehen. See you in 20.
Bye, Millicent. So did I hear you talking with Toby Benson this morning before he left?
Yes. At first I tried one last time to dissuade him from going to see Joff, but that was no good. He was determined. So then I asked him not to hurt Joff too badly.
What did he say to that?
He said, "No promises, baby, but I'll see what I can do."
Sounds like him.
It's not even Joff that I'm really worried about. It breaks my heart, but he's just gone so far down a terrible road that he deserves whatever comeuppance he gets. I just hope Toby Benson doesn't make things any worse for himself.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, it can't get any worse than this.
Not really your scene, I take it?
It most assuredly is not. I hate the music. I hate the decor. If there weren't so many eyewitnesses about, I'd set a torch to the place.
I didn't realize you were so prejudiced against all things Mexican.
This isn't Mexican. This is some clueless American wannabe restaurateur's bollocksed up idea of Mexican. Real Mexicans are fine with me. They make fucking good food and fucking good booze. But if I have to sit through too many more hours at this place, it'll be the death of me.
Well, hopefully we won't have too much longer to wait. Looks like the evening rush is starting to arrive. If Franklin Abimelech and Mariana Lopez really are an item and Josie was right that they like to come here Friday nights, they should be here any time.
Oi, that's another thing.
What?
Mariana Lopez's family owns and operates Enchiladas del Fuego, which is the best bloody authentic Mexican joint in town. Why would she want to spend her Friday nights in this mock-Mex nightmare?
Makes sense to me. Think about it. What could be a more rebellious act for a child and her family than to hang out in a place like this?
She could become a serial arsonist.
True. And you speak from experience in this, I take it.
I do. At least one of us is having a good time.
Oh, I hate this place as much as you do, but doing the whole private eye thing with you these last few weeks has been fun, I must admit. And coming here tonight has been educational. If I can ever afford to open up my own place someday, I'll have a checklist of what not to do.
I hope you've got a business model that doesn't depend on shit-for-brains university students, because they seem to be eating this shite up with a spoon.
They do at that. I think I'll be able to get by with the older drunks. Something about that demographic seems pretty reliable.
Hey, look there!
What? Is it Franklin and Mariana?
Not quite. Stay here and keep a lookout. I'll be right back. Right. You've got 10 seconds to fly out the exit of your choice. After that, it's gonna look like somebody tore open a down pillow in here. Your threats are wasted. I'm here on business and I'm not going anywhere. To the contrary, you fine feathered fuck. First you're going into the kitchen, then you're going head first into the deep fat fryer. Where you go after that is between you and your god. Now see here, I have been engaged by the Lopez and Abimelech families just the same as you have. You have no right to intimidate or obstruct me. The gigantic pile of money waiting for me at the end of this case is all the right I need. It's called capitalism. Don't you love anything more than money? Aye, lots of things, but they all cost money. Don't you ever think of anyone other than yourself? Would you come to the point, for fuck's sake? I know what you must be thinking, that I'm mere moments from killing you. You saw my somewhat depleted finances during our encounter at the ATM, and you think I want the payoff at the end of this case to enrich myself. But you're actually gonna donate the lot to a children's hospital, are ya? No. Don't you wonder how I knew this was the place I needed to be tonight? I figured you followed me. Give me some credit, would you please? I've been following the young Miss Lopez for the last few weeks with no success, as I imagine you've been following young Mr. Abimelech with similar results. I've been on him like steak on me granddad's bollocks for weeks and nothing until I got a tip about this place last week. My break in the case came last week as well, but the tip I got came from Mariana Lopez herself. What are you saying? You just walked up to her? I was tired of swimming in circles, so I took a chance. And it paid off. I introduced myself to young Miss Lopez, told her exactly who I was, who hired me, and what she and Franklin stood to lose if I found the proof I had been charged with finding. What the hell were you thinking? She and Franklin lose their inheritances if they're found out. She's not gonna help you fuck her out of all that money. You're quite correct, which is why I cut a deal. Mariana Lopez admitted to me that she and Franklin Abimelech are in fact together and have been seeing each other behind their parents' backs for quite some time. But I told her I still needed proof to make my case. She agreed to tell me where she and Franklin were going to be tonight so I can photograph them together and collect the reward. In return, I agreed to split the money I get from their parents with her and Franklin. Does she have a braid in her head? That'll only be a fraction of what they'd each get from their full inheritances. True, but their parents are obscenely wealthy. The full amount of their inheritances as they stand right now is enormous. A fraction of that is more than enough for them to move away together and start over away from their respective families who hate each other and will never let them be together in peace. It's a good plan, Duck, and it does you credit. But you forgot to reckon with one thing. What's that? Me, myself, and I, Jack motherfucking McPherson, who stands here with the power to bring it all crashing down around your beak-having head. Are you telling me, after everything I just said, that you have no sympathy for these two young lovers? You'd really not only deprive me of my money, but also deprive them of an independent future together? Not at all. If they're as nice a pair of kids as you say, I'd be happy to give them a nest egg. It's rightly their buddy anyway. I'm afraid you're the only pigeon who's about to be plucked. You can't take this from me. This was my deal. And now it's my deal. I'd like to see you stop me.
Oh, hello.
Keep it up and you'll find out the hard way that you fucked with the wrong duck. Here's tomorrow's headline since you won't be here to read it. Fucked duck's luck sucked. And in case you're wondering, your last words will be quack quack, the bear's fucking killing me.
Oh, Lord, really? Duck-themed threats? Pardon me if it doesn't exactly chill my blood.
What do you want? We're kind of in the middle of something.
I can see that. I just thought you'd like to know that Mariana Lopez and Franklin Abimelech were just here together.
What? Where?
They're gone now. I told them they might want to find a place that was a little more private, but before I told them that, I took the liberty of snapping a few pictures of the two of them together, looking quite cozy too.
Give 'em here. No, give them to me. Those pictures are all the proof I need.
Yes, I know. I couldn't help but overhear. Also, Jack has been kind enough to let me tag along these last few weeks.
Ah, a partner. Couldn't handle the case by yourself, eh? Not me. I work alone. You don't work alone. You're too busted to hire help and you're friendless, you feathered fuckwit.
Either way, I'm smart to this case, and I have an idea that will benefit both of you, and Franklin and Mariana.
I've been in this business too long to start taking advice from strange cats in nightclubs. Oi, if you know what's good for you, you'll close your beak and open your ears. She's clever, this one. What's your idea?
We should be fair about this. You both followed your own lines of inquiry, and you're both wound up here at the same time. You should both get the full reward for breaking the case.
You want me to split the 10% of their inheritances with him? That'd leave me with only... Let me see.
10%.
Right, I'm shit at math, but I'm almost positive that's wrong.
You were promised that whoever came up with proof of Franklin and Mariana's affair would be paid not only the usual rate and expenses, but also a bonus equaling 10% of the combined inheritances of both kids, right?
Right.
So, you go to the Abimelechs and the Lopezes together, you tell them you both found the evidence they wanted, and therefore you are both entitled to your full payment plus a bonus, which would be 10% of the inheritances, to each of you.
It's a good idea, but they'll never go for it. Aye, if they wanted to pay 2 private investigators that bonus, they'd have just hired us both to work together instead of setting us against each other.
True, but they knew this was a risk they were taking when they hired you and agreed to those terms. If they have a problem with it, remind them that it's just a portion of the money they were going to give away to the kids anyway. And if they still don't go for it, tell them you know a good contract lawyer who would love to take their own share of all that money along with what they owe you to.
It's worth a try, I suppose. I agree. If it goes through, I'll still be able to keep my bargain with Mariana. That's important to me. I'm a duck of my word. You mean you're still gonna give half of your bonus to those kids? Indeed I am. Well, I can't have you showing me up, can I? I'll throw in half of my side of the bonus as well. That is an unexpected show of generosity from you. You're telling me. What the hell? They'll need a great pile to move and get set up somewhere else. Plus they need to finish school.
That's very magnanimous of you.
I know, just give me a second. I have one condition to impose before I sign off on this. And that condition is, you take your part of the money, pack up and move your operation elsewhere. As far as private investigating is concerned, this city is the sole territory of Toby Benson Investigations, baby. I can live with that. I haven't settled in here as well as I'd hoped anyway. Plus, I hear Frederick is lovely. It's fine if you're a tourist, otherwise it's a shithole. But by all means, find out for yourself.
I'll hold on to the evidence just to make sure no one tries to double-cross anyone. Tell your employers to meet us at Fairground Park tomorrow at noon, and if they bring their checkbooks, we'll bring what they hired you to find. Then you can contact Franklin and Mariana separately and make things right with them. Sound good?
It's agreeable. I'll see you tomorrow at Fairgrounds Park. Right then. Oi, Duck. Yes? That gamble you took, the one that brought you here tonight? Well done. Thank you. And well done to you on your choice of partners. Good evening.
Good evening. Well, I suppose we should be going too.
1 second. So, since I'm giving away 5% of my 10% to Franklin and Mariana, I might as well give half of my remaining 5% to you.
Jack, I can't accept that.
Shaking me down for a bigger cut, are ya? Over my dead body?
No, I mean, it's too generous. I can't take half of your bonus.
Why not? You earned it, didn't you? If not for you, I wouldn't have any percent.
But it's not just your 5%. What about Toby Benson and Squirrel?
They didn't work this case. I did. We did, I mean. I'll take care of Toby Benson and Squirrel. Now, do you want your cut or not? It won't be enough to retire on, but it should more than cover you if you want to buy out old Pete.
Buy Pete's Tavern?
Hey, I told you old Pete is either gonna die or retire before long, and you were musing about opening up your own place this very night. Take the money and do what you want with it.
All right, I will. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Oi, there are a couple conditions. Don't get too busy that you won't have time to help me out on another case every now and then.
I'll make myself available for flat-footing as needed.
And of utmost importance, if you do decide to buy Pete's, I want free drinks for life at your bar.
All right, but I reserve the right to decide when you've had enough.
I knew you'd try to screw me eventually.
Take it or leave it.
Fine.
I came here to give you a chance, baby. Take it or leave it.
A chance to do what?
A chance to prove me wrong.
Uh-huh. And what do I have to do?
Easy. Just prove that you're the bigger man and let this shit go.
Let what shit go? Oh, you mean the charges I pressed after you assaulted me? Yeah, no. You fucked with the wrong sea lion and you're going down for it.
How long do you think you could live this way, baby? Saying the shit you say, doing the shit you do.
Off the top of my head, I'd say as long as short-tempered Antifa goons like you keep giving me someone to fight with. So, pretty much forever. Because I know you. I know your type. You can't help yourselves. You're so full of self-righteousness that you just can't stand it when someone has a different opinion than you. So you attack them. You attack me. And when you do, you lose and I win. Who are the people going to side with? The violent thug? Or the kid whose only crime was reading the wrong books, buying tickets to the wrong speech, or saying the wrong things in a YouTube video?
So that's a hard no then on dropping the charges?
Rock hard no. And if you want to know something else...
Hold up a second, baby. I'll be right back with you. Just need to take care of something real quick. Okay, you were saying?
I was about to say that your side is destined to lose because you lack intellect, whereas we can beat you anywhere you want to battle, in a debate or on the streets.
I think we both know how it turns out when we battle on the streets.
You would be wise not to underestimate me just because of that one time
All right, that's enough. Shut the fuck up, baby.
Excuse me?
I said shut the fuck up. Don't worry, I just got a few things to say real quick and then I'll be on my way. I'll even turn your internet back on so you can finish your live stream. I wouldn't want you to miss it since it's probably going to end up being your last one for a while.
That's awfully big talk from someone who came in here a few minutes ago begging me not to send them to jail.
No, you got it all wrong, baby. I didn't come here to see if you could find it in your heart to save me. I came to find out if you were smart enough to save yourself. See, before I left, Stuffy asked me to take it easy on you. And Stuffy is just about the best friend I ever had, so out of respect for him, I gave you a chance just now. If you had offered to be decent to me, I would have been decent to you. But you blew it, baby.
What are you talking about? You came here to ask me to drop the charges. And now that I said no, you're trying to change it all around so that you can still act tough. It's so transparent, it's pathetic.
I took the plea bargain, baby. I report to jail next week. 3-month sentence. It was a done deal before I ever walked in here. I did the crime, and I'll do the time. See, they can lock me up, but jail can't break me, and you can't beat me. Coming here today wasn't about me, baby. It was about you. And like I said, you must have thought it was one of them squeeze horns, baby, because you blew that shit.
You're bluffing.
Oh, yeah? Ask your boss at the Olive Garden if I was bluffing after he reads that email I just sent him.
What?
Or your mom. I sent her a little something, too. I figure she has a right to know the kind of shit her son says on the internet, seeing as how you living rent-free under her roof and all. Your mom's got a nice house here, by the way, baby.
You son of a bitch. You have no right to ruin my life just because you disagree with my political beliefs.
What are you talking about, baby? I have every right. Free speech. Ain't that what you all about? All I did was share what you've been saying with a larger audience. I thought that's what you wanted. It's all stuff you said in them emails. And don't worry, baby, I cited my sources.
I'll lose my job. My mom is gonna kick me out.
Yeah, probably. Some of that shit you've been saying is pretty bad. My personal favorite was that time on one of your live streams a few months ago when you said that if white people don't want to get shot by the cops, they need to stop acting like N-words. Only you didn't exactly say N-words, did you, baby?
I was making a point.
And so am I, baby. In fact, I'm making a few points. My first point is, nobody made you say any of this shit. Nobody made you unemployable or somebody even their own mother wouldn't want in the house. Nobody but you. This shit ain't on me, baby. It's on you. My second point is, fascists and people who run defense for them will never have an easy time as long as I'm around to do something about it. And my third and final point is this, and it's one you now know for a fact, baby. There is more than one way to punch a fucking Nazi. Happy New Year, baby.
Hey folks, that's it for another season of Steve and Stuffy. This was our 7th season. Can you believe that? Some of you may have just started watching recently, so if you love the Steve and Stuffy videos, be sure to go on my channel and find the playlists of the past seasons so you can catch up on all the fun. They're posted right there on the front page of my YouTube channel. Now, the Steve and Stuffy series is going on hiatus for a few months, and then we'll be back a bit later in the new year with some new episodes. But one last thing before we go, here is Squirrel to talk to you about how you can help to support this channel. Squirrel?
Hiya folks. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click like, share the video, and subscribe to this channel. And please consider helping us to make more videos like this one by supporting this channel with a monthly donation through Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/Steve Shives to become a patron.
Thanks, Squirrel.
You're welcome.
So, with Toby Benson going to jail for a few months, who's going to be in charge at TBIB? You or Jack?
Jack and I have reached a compromise. I'll be in charge Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He'll be in charge Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And we'll close on Sundays.
What if there's some kind of a special circumstance where you have to work on a Sunday?
On Sundays where we have to work, the person whose fantasy basketball team is doing better is in charge.
And what if you have to work on a Sunday when both of your fantasy basketball teams are doing equally well?
And then we go rock, paper, scissors, best of 7.
Sounds like you've got it all covered.
Thank you. I pride myself on my thoroughness.
I can see why. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.